November 7th, 1938, 87 years ago. 7 come 11, could be July 11th, could be November. So we have I want to keep up to myself. Oh, it's so funny. Look at that. I open it to this page over here. Whoop. I open it to this page right over here. Look at that. 87. 8 solid 7 stripes. 7 versus 7. They both get to play the solid 8. So what is this channel about? All right, what is this channel about? Maybe I should just be quiet until we begin. Where do I get the sign that says what this channel is about? After being here and around for the last 21 year, the year that we are in, it's almost like a secret. You know what I'm saying? Can't give you the result. The year hasn't ended. So if you ask me for part of the story, how's the year? The year hasn't ended. How was the year? How is the year? How is the year going? You mean the year starting now until January, or the whole last 12 months? Just give me 1 second. I just lost my thought. I was doing something else. Just give me a minute. Oh my God, what was I doing? I was calculating a 12. What was I doing? I'm not happy about that. I lost the calculation. Yes, okay. So July 11th and November 7th. Okay, so June would be for the Jack. 7 would be for the King. So what would the 11 be for? Right? Imagine this: if creation happened to be a number that was by virtue of both. Like, what if you looked at 11 as like 2? And then you looked at one of these machines over here and they got 9 here. They'd have got 2 on the outside and then 7 in the middle. Shows me the same thing over here. 2 over here, right? Well, how do I know it's the same thing? Well, I flip it around once and then I have 5. Look at that. I got the corners. I got the empty space. Look at that. Here, 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 and here. And look at the empty space. It looks like it goes down over to here, down and over, cross and back up, like a crown, like a hexagon. So what do I do? What is this channel about? Of course, it's about Bob Barker, you know. Bob Barker, it's a game show. All the game shows. I don't know them all, and that's why all the ram and sheep are here. The black sheep, and all the sheep, you know what? Even the goats, the horses, the dogs, the cats, the pigs. Can't leave anybody out. Can't leave the ox out, because the ox, you know what, apparently, although the ox is in the first position, it's actually what is in the second position in the rankings. Why would I say this? They say the Aleph letter is the ox, but yet the ox in Chinese zodiac is in the second position. And in the Western zodiac, it's in the second position. Why west? Why is it not east? Isn't west towards the left? Did you know that west and east have something in common? The E is the 5th letter in the alphabet. The W is the 23rd, 2 and 3, 5, and is 5. It starts with 5, 5. It starts with 5, 1. So you got Leo, Leo, fire sign, we over to the west, which is in first, or over to the east, ST, ST, just like in first and last. So I play around with words. I'm not giving you the full dimension of this. I'm just showing you, taking apart the word, breaking it up, the word itself. Each letter has its own individuality. Each letter, depending on which numeric a scale of calculating the letters, it will tell a different story. I tried to keep to the two basics, of which is gematria. Nothing is higher than 7. And the regular one, I'd like to call it the regular one. I'll take a regular, please. You want extra with that? I don't want the extra. I don't want you to tell me about, yes, we've got the capital letters and we got the vowels. Yes, that's we have the consonants and the vowels. That's good. But we have the big ones and the small ones. Well, that makes 26 and 26 52. Now we can start separating it. Where do we start separating? There are mathematical equations that will break this all up and tell a story. And you know where we can learn that? In the lottery. So now we bring the lottery on how to break everything up and bring the numbers closer together and then dress the numbers up. Like number 1, I'm going to dress up like with a suit that looks like an A on it with a bar in the center over here. The bar must be for the bar mitzvah, I think, right? And that's at 13. Now, if we have 13 and we want to make this fair, I'll put the bar over here in the center, and then we'll have the left side and the right side. We'll put the bar over here. I'll be the one that connects 6 and 6. I'll be the one. I'm going to be the 13th one holding my batons of 6 and 6, the zodiac signs. If I took away 12 from 88, that would make the spirit of 76, Earth and Mars. Is that why? Because 12 is 1 and 2, it's Ab. And now if I reflected Ab, how about Sabbath or Abba? Do you know I am says Ima? How is that possible? If you know a little Hebrew, I think it's in Hebrew, that Ima, right, which is I-M-A, I mean, it's not like, is it not like I, A-M? So is it I am or is it Ima? Is it mother or father? Because I said it in a different direction. I am putting is I standing on its own and in between all the words, because I is capitalized in between all the words, yet in between letters, I mean one word in a singularity, it's not. It's only in between the words. I hope I'm not speaking too fast. If I had an English teacher here or somebody who knew close to how to speak the language, or a French teacher here or a Spanish teacher here, so we can understand these, you know, what you can do, the rules and regulations. Man-made, that's right. Under the breath of free will, man-made. Who made this good food that I taste? Ooh, look what's up for cooking today. Ooh, man-made. What can I get from that breath? What do they have for the serving menu of the day? You know, I went to sleep last night. I didn't know what I know today, yesterday. I remember some things for yesterday. I don't always remember it. I write it down to bring yesterday into today. Oh my God, I brought the past to the future. What about tomorrow? Can I set up for tomorrow? Oh my God, I go to sleep tonight and maybe tomorrow it won't be what I think it is. Oh, but that air I breathe, is that the air I breathe? Oh my God. 667755. Why? Oxen. I mean oxygen. Oxy 5, right? So oxygen, O is the 15th letter. 1 and 5 is 6. X is the 24th letter. 2 and 4 is 6. Now 1 and 5, okay, I'm just going to continue on. What is 3 times 5, 15? What is 3 by 8, 24? What is G7? What is Y7? What is E5? What is N5? OX, 66, 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. But as 12, A and B, alpha, beta, 1 between 2 equals to 3. So now we have 3C. Then we go ahead and we go along to the next one. The G, 7. We have 77 equals to 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. 14 is half the cycle of the moon. 2 sevens are what is 2 weeks. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 is E. So now we have C and E. What is 3 and 5? It just so happens that 20 times 3 and 20 times 5 equals to 60 and 100. Possibly can be looked at as 100% of 60 seconds on the clock. So now we have the 3 and the 5. And the last one, well, that was 55, right? 5 and 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. The first letter is A, 1. You now have A, C, E, ace. 1, 3, 5, flipping the word around. And that's from oxygen. Now you can take that same word, right? And you can mark the 1, 3, and the 5. In the oxygen, like I said, it was 66, it was 77, it was 55, right? 6 and 6 is 12, 7 and 7 is 14, 5 and 5 is 10. 1, 5, 3. So I'm going 13.5 over here. Did you know, okay, that in the year 5760, again, 5, 7, and 6, one of each, right, was equivalent to the year 2000. Hebrew time. I run off the sun and the moon in timing from the Hebrews. And whoever else that runs that time, and if you have any other calendar, I'll run that time too. If you've got any numbers that's been run around this world for the last hundreds of years, give it to me. Thousands of years, I'll take it. 100,000 years, no problem. 1,000,000 years, great. You want to go back 1,000,000,000 years, no problem. You show me the documentation where somebody went to a school and has teaching somebody where it's used around the world, and I'll show you an answer inside of that of its own reality. The reason for that are numbers and words are words, which come from letters, which create the words themselves. Every single letter and the combinations of letters, and also the algorithms of the words over time. What were they saying? So all I'm telling you is a story of the story, of the history of the story. I don't come here and tell you something that didn't exist. I show you where you can find it. In fact, you bring me the information. I'll just read it back to you. But again, I'm not complete. I've only just begun. It's my 21st year. But at least now I know, I believe, I know where I'm going. Straightforward. I'm gathering all the arrows of polarity. If the arrow's pointed this way, this is its polarity. If the arrow's pointed that way, that is its polarity. And if the arrow's pointed that way, that is its polarity. The polarity of all love is to capture the polarity of the understanding of all that is, regardless. Just to know is the only way to bake that cake and let it rise. And we only rise together. I go nowhere alone. And if no one asks any questions, I go nowhere as well. You're here for me, I'm here for you. This channel is about games. I'm looking to get this out onto the market, whether it's Roblox or somewhere else. I only tell the story of games, numbers, words. They talk about themselves. I jump into sports like hockey. Or how about something into the Bible like Genesis on day 6, land, animal, and man. And I'm fixated on some of the words until others throw other stories into my vision right in front of me. I can't see. And I'm going to open my eyes and take a look right now. But I know when I look and I see and I read, I just forget everything I'm doing. That's why my eyes are closed most of the time. And I also tend to lose vibration because of the light, right? And it's pretty bright today. And I do need a little bit of light. But this, I don't know if it's the right light, bright light. Even if you're leaving on a jet plane, Jesus, energy, and time, right? 10, 5, and 20. So that is 2 times 5, 1 times 5, and 4 times 5. 2, 1, 4 equals to 7. You're leaving on a jet plane through Jesus, energy of time. All the numbers, there's words that are connected. I'm just telling you the story. How's everybody doing? Did you know that there's 8 billion people that haven't seen this yet? So we're not going to play that again. Oh, how you doing there, Richard? How you doing there, Richard? Yeah, I'm not going to be here all... It's 10:31. So that would be Halloween right now. 10:31 is Halloween. So that's 631 minutes, 136, ABC 136, the 613 laws of Moses. 1031, 1031, 1031, 41 and 21. I'm just trying to see 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. The airwave comes in, go to jail in Monopoly. I think I have a new picture up here today. Background. Let me check out this background. I tried to make some cleanup. Let's see if it worked. I don't want the recent. I want the ones I put a heart next to. Are those favorites? Is the favorites the one that gets hearts? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Please tell me it's here. Make it easy on me. Yes, it is. There she is. There she is. There she is. Reading Railroad. Income tax. Chance. You know, this is a great game. They have chance over here, and they have community chest here. CC, C, 3 and 3, 3. Part of the Tesla Association of 3, 6, and 9. Right? That association, in reality, if you really look at it, right? If you really look at the reality, is there's 3 here and 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 3 here. Creates a star. The thing is about this, if you create all 9, that's what you got. So this is what I do. I'm going to remove the top line here and just add up the crisscrosses and see what my average is. 6 and 1 is 7, 3 and 4 is 7, 5 and 2 is 7. I use 6 with 2 rows of 3 and 3 crisscrossing like an X. So maybe we should go ahead and crisscross this. Let me see if I can get a paint up here. And let me go and get quadrille. Oh, there's so much to do. So yes, so let me go back to July 11th. Yes, I don't want to miss this opportunity. July is number 68. November is number, I think it's 94. It's 25 and 69. OVEMBER. Okay, 15 and 37. Okay, it's a 42 and 52. Okay, so the month of November, let me bring this a little bit closer. Yeah, I just want to finish this piece. You know me, I'm always all over the place. I need a little guidance. Of course I do. N, E, E, and R. This letter, this is number 14 and number 5. 1 and 4, 5, 5, 5, and the R is the 18th letter equals to 9. It's just the E's, okay? The N, E, and W all play a role inside of R. R runs the hyperplane. Although the R stands up, the R runs the plane across. How do I know? I think it's that protractor thing. You know what I'm saying? You spin around and the 180 degrees goes across. Right? But I don't know if it's a flat plane across or a cross or a cross. I don't know which way the cross is. I don't know which way the flat surface is, but that's where I run it. And when you go from this side to this side, it's 18 and 18 for both sides, creating that 180. This is very layman. There is no math, at least not for me, that told me to do it this way. I need to do this as basic as it is so that we can all have the same vision. 180 is half of a circle. So I take it, and here's where it starts here, and here's that half, and here's that half. But who says all of this is half when it's on this side and that side? So now you have to split the half from here to here and here to here. Although this is the bottom half and this is the top half, but this is the left half and this is the right half. Oh my God. So I pick up one of these, and then I curdle out this side. And I go 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 5 and 4, 9. And then I whittle out this side. I go 2 and 9, 11, 3 and 8, 11, 6 and 5, 11. And then we all know there's 0.47 left over in the year, 1.47 days, right? 1.47 days left over in the year that has 7 months of 31 days, 4 months of 30 days, and the 1 month of what is the 45th day of Valentine's into the 59th day of the year. Nine. If you see 5, 4 on this side, 9, the other side you will see 3, 2 of 9. If you see what is 6, 3 on this side of the board, you'll see 4, 1 on this side of the board. What is AD to what is 6 and 3 to what is DE to what is BC to what is BC, okay, to what is BC of AD. You see, the thing is, the 4 and the 3, they're opposite of each other. And what happens here is that 1, okay, instows itself inside a 2, or the empty space of what you do not see is where 1 resides. But then when it comes out in 3, opposite of 4. Your first base creation on this cube is 1 between 2 equals to 3, and 3 and 4 run the corridor together. In fact, this entire cube runs the 3, 4 corridor. 7 times 7 times 7, 343. A triangle with a square. Uncall, ignore, aim, us. You're giving me the EBGBs. EBGBs, Lee number 2332, communication with what is 5445, the feminine of the two houses, but is by the breath. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, equaling to what is 9, the birth, duality, and what is 6, the breath. Add 1 for each one. As when you touch down, you get the extra point. So what is 6 is now 7. What is 3 is now 4. What is 9 is now 10. What is 6 is now 7. What is 3 is now 4. What is 9 is now 10. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 by 4 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 by 7 is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 1 between 2 equals to 3. Let's begin. From the left hemisphere of 12 to the right hemisphere of 18, 1.5 times the blackjack difference, where ace is 11, and bringing the house together. So that when you see 1 and 6, let's start from the in-between. When you see 4, and 3, you minus it, you get A. When you see 5 and 2, you minus it, you get C. When you see 1 and 6, you minus it, you get E. Now, that's the bottom. The top half, which is not like the bottom half, where the bottom half equals to a total of 6. But the top half, 7, 8, 9, is 24. That is 4 times the difference, or what is the value to the lower house of 1/4. 25%. Remember, 1/4 of what is 60 seconds on the clock is only 15 seconds, but 1/4 of time, right, is 25. So we're going to have to take off some of that mess. Six days a week, 24 hours a day? No. So now what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to go to 4 times the difference, and we're going to connect the same number line. DEF, FED, like in the Federation of Saturn Square. 4 times 5 times 6 is 120. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 15. The total is 135. Do you remember we're working with 13.5? Saturn Square, keeping it straight. So what we do now is we're going to do the same thing as below. What we saw on this angle, we'll take up on this angle. If it was 4 minus 3, it's 7 minus 6. Okay, 7 and 6 equals 1A. Then this here and this here. 8 minus 5, 8 and 5, okay, equals to 3C. And now 9 and 4, okay, is going to equal to E5. And now you got aces all the way around. And when you get that, you get 7 on one side and you get 13 on the other, and that's the Aztec Sumerian Tzolk'in calendar, the Sanskrit from the Mayan, and that's the way it works. 7 by 13, you got 13 cards in the deck. 7 by 13 is 91. It just so happens to fall on April 1st. On the 84th day, what happened on the 84th day was the end of a cycle of 3 moons, where the cubes and the moons all meet together, the oceans and the sun, they meet together. There's only 21 on this cube. We meet at 28. But we can't meet at 28. So we have to go to the next one, to 42. But there is no 42, it's 56, right? Or 28. So we meet on the next one is 63, but there is no 63, there's 56 and 84. So 4 times 21 is 84, and 3 times 28 is 84. And we meet on the trinity of what is H. Thank you, Lee. So when you look at this cube, it's the 1, 6, 7. It is the 2, 5, but the 2, 5 is like the 8, 5. It's just, this is the upper house, this is the lower house. And you have to sort of look at the numbers this way. They're all blanks. There is nothing. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. But for schematic purposes, we need all the numbers to work with. Joining the left with the right. Now here's the thing, 365 days a year, 0.47. You might say it's 0.25, which keeps us rotating at 0.25. But the reality is we never get back to where it's in control. Through the constellations, 22. So we can either do this here, or if you want, we can go to this here is the same as what I will show you. That this area here, okay, I don't like that it's like this. Give me a second. I think it worked. I think it worked. I am so delinquent mechanically with these computers. Okay, is this it? Oh, I think I got it. Yes, okay. Okay, I got it. It's perfect. Okay, so as you can see, first of all, I'm going to be taking a 2 or 3 minute break at this time, and I do want to look if anybody marked anything, because for me to come out here and to do a sales pitch, sorry, I don't work at the bank. I don't sell anything. But the bank that I work at is up here. It's a telephone bank. You know, I have to check in. It's not very fast with that rabbit. You know what I'm saying? Or is it the turtle? You know, the moon, if they base the moon on the turtle, you can see what kind of internet reception we have right now, right? Where's that rabbit? Jack Rabbit. You know, we had Jack and Titanic went down with the ship, right? Well, they actually just, he was there holding on and he just fell asleep in the cold of the night. So he democratically passed on. Why do I say that? Cold is number 34, cold is blue. Oh, hot is number 43. Isn't that crazy that the word hot is 43? Hold on a second. Hot is 43. Plus 38 equals to 81. Cold is 34. Plus 74 equals 108. 74 happens to be the energies of the ocean. 5 plus 14 plus 23 plus 32. This equals to the number 1. I don't remember what word. Oh, yes, the goat is in hot. Venus is number 181. It's 1 between 8 equaling to 9. The 3-8, as we just saw, is like the 2-9. The 2-9 is an association of, I'll get back to this, the association of wow, I don't even have the new one in here. How come? Okay, so here's one of them, right? Here's one of them. House of Abraham, Isaac, Ishmael, Jacob. So we have, oh, here it is. We can use this one. I don't really like this one, but we'll use this one over here. So I'm taking a 2-minute break. I'll let you take a look at this. The association of the ANUL, the Anuli moon, and then the Phobos and Deimos, the moons of Mars in the twilight zone. You can see the different stars that are in the sky. It's just different connections, different ways to associate and divide our skies and understand and never to forget through the geometric shapes. Just give me 2 or 3 minutes here. I'm going to make a coffee. Oh, I didn't find that grinder. Where's my grinder to chop up those beans? Wow. Come on, grinder. Come and jump at me. Come on. You know when you want your utensils to jump out at you, you know what I'm saying? Where did I put that now? Well, if you put it in the right place. Oh, where's the right place? I put it on the right and I turned around, it was on the left. What do you mean it was on the left? It left. Yeah, it took off and left. Just right there. That's why it's not here no more. All gone. What do you mean all gone? You mean go, right? Go through your nose, right? The word gone, you just take away the G, you have one, so it's a gateway of one, right? To be divided into the E world. You know, every single letter tells a different story. You don't have to believe my reality, but I will tell you why I say these things. Right? And the thing about hot and cold and blue and red, right? Because hot would be the red and then cold would be the blue. So I tell this story that I saw it. That doesn't mean it has to be real. I mean, I went into the shower, it was blue. They told me blue's okay, it's hot. I go, okay, I turned it on, it was cold. So I go into somebody else's shower and I turned it on and blue was cold. And I went somewhere else and blue was cold. And all of a sudden, blue was cold. I walk around, I start to see, elephants. And then I see donkeys. And then I see blue and I go right away, oh my God, is it a blue donkey? I said, hold on, I see a Democrat. Or was it a demolition? Or was it Demas? Or maybe it was a pelican or the pelican. Republication. What was the destruction? Demolition. Well, it just could have been a clean out repossession. You know, there's a lot of words you can say. Anyways, I don't want to play with any of the words. So let me see what's up here on the, okay, let me go back. Woo, go all the way back. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see what's going on. Let me see what's going on here. All even 7-Eleven. Yeah, we're going to get into that part. I'll just show you some of the pieces and parts. Thank you, Lee. Okay, yeah, and there's a lot of people that are out there right now going, sorry, not memory bank. They'll start talking about rivers and streams and banks and snowbanks and how the bank is this and yes, everything has been taken. It seems that way. Sorry, it seems that way. But after the work I've went over the last 21 years, some of the things I see, which are just anomalies, but some of the things I pick up are also like something like this. So if this is 30 degrees, that's 3. If this is 45 degrees, that's 9. If this is 60 degrees, that's 6. If this is 90 degrees, that's 9. If this is 120 degrees, that's 3. If this is 135 degrees, that's 9. If this is 150 degrees, that's 6. So you can see what's going on when they did this, whoever did this. Sorry about that. Okay, so the other thing about this is when we get to here, I'm going to say soul. I'm also going to look at the dartboard. Okay, and I got 300 for bowling. But why is this 420? And why is this line 450? What is the story they're telling me in here? I know at the 225 mark over here, that's 9 quarters. If I had to base your berth off of this in 9 quarters, that'd be 225. So if it would be 9 quarters by 25 equals to 225, that means there's 135 left over. Right? Oh, I don't like, why do I have to be so messy? Right? There's 135 left over, which creates here 36 or 360, right? Now, not having this over here, what does this mean to 0? Like I'm trying to figure out which house goes with the 0, whether it's this house or whether it's this one here. I call these houses, right? I think it's this one because the 0 has a hole in the center, which is like not a pancake. I like to call the pancake electricity. Right? And I want to call the donut, right, is the passage. Right? Like if you took a hose and you cut the hose like this, right, you'd end up with holes in each one like little donut rings, right? So can we call the passage or a ring? I'm thinking about it, but that means the ring, right, would go over the pancake. It probably can be the pole because the pancake is just a solid, right, all the way around, and we just sliced them up like pancakes. Right, but anyways, let's just leave this out. This one becomes the pancake, okay, and this one becomes the electric. What happens with this is this, okay, goes over and plays in this corner, and plays in this corner, and plays in this corner. And this is what we call the 4 seasons. This is a 3 by 3 equaling to 9 by 3 equals to what is 26 and 1. Because the 1 is always holy and in control of 6. 1, control 6. The extra point, the E, right? P. Or how about the PET? I pet my cat, the point after, the extra point. So you can connect. That's the controller. And when you turn this over, you're 1. When you flip it to the other side, there's an empty space. Those are the only 2 that does that. Although it'll happen on every single one, the center, that will be the empty space because there's only 1 on one side. This is the extremity. And because there's nothing above and nothing below, that's 2. And nothing to the left, nothing to the right, That's 2. And nothing to the top left and nothing to the bottom right. That's 2. And nothing to the top right, nothing to the bottom left. That's 2. That's 8. We can just move this over and look at this. And now you can say to me, well, what happened to 12 for the 12 zodiac signs? I might turn around before I go on my 2-minute break again, right? I turn around and I look at that. I show you where they are, how they associate, how things connect together. These designs come from the reality we live. Nothing that you see painted on my floor is totally from all games. Like this piece over here, what I did is I just intertwined different pieces, like this piece over here, right, would be over here. The empty space would be the empty space over here because these two and these two numbers or areas are the same. So I connect them together. Is that the right logical way? I don't know. I don't like this. I wish I can take it off. I don't know why I'm not. This over here, 1776. You ever see 1776? You ever see it? Hold on. The fourth dimension of that. Those, I think, are the piano fifths. I don't remember what that is. 415263. When you flip them, you end up with that rotation. And every A, B, C, the fourth one repeats. The fourth one repeats. The fourth one repeats. But yet, when I go to the fourth one, it's not the same number. But there has to be a change. This has to be spoken about. This has to be spoken about. This has to be spoken about. The piano is 7. One of them said this one is 0. There's a void in this area in the 7. It just so happens the 8 must switch into a 1. Because the 8 is 1 past 7 and it's A again. So therefore, if you went back to 7, would you call that 0? They did. Irrelevant to the fact. That's the outcome. So anyways, I was looking for 1776, right? Now these are the 84s. 4 by 84 equals the 336. The 336th day is the ending of the 12th moon. The 337th day is the beginning of the 13th moon. 122 by 3. Or how about 3 and 3, 6 and 6? Or let's look at this a different way. Just give me a second. Yes, if this was time, right, it would be 3 hours and 36 minutes, right? Well, 3 hours, 36 minutes is 2:16, right? Do you know what 2:16 is? $2.16. If it was the clock, it would look like this. 18 equals to what is 1 of 1. 12 is equal to 2/3, and 6 is equal to 1/3. You can use this as 3 to 1. You can use this as 1/3. You can even say 1331. Or how about just writing out the word Jacob? In whole, you can get 44. You can also get what is 3/4, 3/4, or 77. I'll do the math with you. 1 times 3, 3. 1 plus 3, 4. 4 and 3, 7. Do it twice. The other way to do this is 3 times 3, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, okay, which equals to what is 15. It'd be 1, okay, and this would be, and then it would be this over here, or what is this? And then this over here, if you want to go by Einstein, or if you just want to say a 3-year cycle and a 1-year cycle, right? Or you want to go A, B, C, D equals to J by virtue of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 equals to 10. The 10th letter is J. So what happened is when I went A, B, C, D, or I went A, B, C, or I went A, B, D, or I went A, C, D, to where I go B, C, D. This is only combo. Okay, there's 1 times the 4 combo. Okay, there's 4 times the 3 combo. But every single letter, okay, the letters are used 3 times each. What is 3, 6, and 9, right? What is 3, 6, and 9? If you want to see, it's when we connected, as I mentioned before. You use threes, 2 sets of threes, which is going to be what is 2/3, to 1 set of threes that you do not use, that you will be using because you're not using it within the equation itself, but outside the equation because it still exists. When you go to bed at night, you definitely do not use all 12 zodiac signs. You use 9 and 3 zodiac signs for 12. You know, and even in the artwork, the club shows you that it sets itself up. You have stepped into the game of life. Taking a 2-minute break. This is my reality, and I believe it's the reality of just about everybody out there. For all those who know their A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, I'm not going to go to the rest. For all those who can count to 9 and 10 and know that there's a single digit, a double digit, a triple digit, quadruple digits. You can divide by 1 through 99 and 99 through 1. All the combinations that go together, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because on 4, you know what I'm doing? That's right, first base. You walk me to first base, you walk me to second base, you walk me to third base. You know what? You walk the next one. Again, I come home. So I started at home and I come back home, and in between I ran 3. So I ran 2 of the same kind of, like, because first base is square, right? But home plate is not square. In fact, it's half of a hexagon home plate. So now what I have to do is put 2 baseball fields together. Well, I can't have 4 baseball fields because either I use up this angle or I use up this angle. Because when I use up this angle, it's going to overlap the separation between the 2 area spaces. If I make a baseball field, right, if I bring something into the here and something into here, I'm going to take up here and here as I... So once you bring this in from here and this in from here, these 2 are open. So when you look at that, 2 are open. Take that, put it over that. So this is where I get the information from, understanding how this works, and this over here. This game is played all over the world. Bear, okay, when you mark naked, right, that is snow, like the sleigh, right? So now you're bear sassy, right? Which are, and when you say that, the SS, right? The SS can be a couple of things. Your 365.47 days runs down your 125.89. Your 365.47 days runs over 125.89. 512 is memory, 256, 256. So if you're running anything to do with 512 or anything to do with 64 basic, right? This is where the chess game comes in. And the chess game sets you up at 2 sets of 32, and in between every area space, it's a different color. Is there a reason to have this? Is it something to do with the cooling unit? right? Because vibration bangs off of walls if there's no walls to bang off of, right? I'm just thinking of, because really everything's like a dot and things are just shaking around. Just trying to figure that part out because I just know basically this. And I know in this that 44, right, where Abraham is, right? Abraham, why? A1, B2, R18. A1, H8, A1, M13. Isn't that funny? Look at that. Look at all those ones and eights. Do you know that in 18, H must be in 18? That's right. In the R letter, okay, H must be. Why? Because it is 10 and 8 equaling to 18. According to the French, it's mentioned as 18. And this is a double 29. It's like a double electronic birth. One is in the heavens. This one matches the cube. This is your birth. The T is the gateway. 4 by 5 is 20, the feminine. Okay, this is in the Tzolk'in calendar at the 7th gate. Hold on a second. Yes. I just wanted to get some pictures. There's too many pictures, and I can't think. Can't think. Where are we? Oh yeah. If you want to look at the Tesla 369, I'll take a look at this for a second. Okay, I'm just gonna get a glass of a glass. Something anyway. Oh, I needed to chop my coffee. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to that? Chopping my coffee. I hid that blade on myself, eh? Did I hide that on myself? Oh my God. You hide everything on yourself, eh? Jiminy Crickets. I may as well just order. Oh, don't tell me this is it. It's not. It's not. Oh my God. I can't have just a little coffee, something? Man. It's got to be somewhere. Where's that tool? Somebody's got to be somewhere, the tool. You know what? Give me a second. Okay, so let me come back there while I grind my own coffee by hand. Yeah, I'm breaking my own coffee, and so it might be a little loud. Let me explain this design while I prepare my coffee hand chop. Okay, so on the top, on the second level of green, right? In fact, hold on, let me look in the PC here. Oh God. Okay, let me look this up. I gotta slow down, you know. Okay, let me see that. No. Wow, why is it not in pictures? Wow, I just can't believe, I don't know where it is in the file. Maybe it's in this file. Bingo, my God. If you'd like to understand what's going on here, if you've never been here before, I create designs through numbers, through the understanding of sequences. These numbers and sequences come from those who have been relevant into society over hundreds and thousands of years, whether it's Einstein, and why I brought up Einstein before. Why I brought up Einstein before is because his numeric value, if I can find the book, is what is E5, I9, right? And 5 and 9 work together. It is the energy within the masculine and the feminine, the 5-4 over 3-2. Oh, the 5-4 over 3-2, right? All sides around equal to 14, right? When you see the 3, sorry, I'm going to turn it this way. We're going to have 1, 4, 6, 3. So the 6, 3 is the masculine. And with the masculine, the 1, 4 goes along. The 1, 4, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, 14. The 1, 4, 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, 11 and 30 equals to 41, right? And what is the feminine? What is the 5-4? It's funny because 5-4, what is 5 with Mars, right? And 5 with Earth, 3 and 4, Earth and Mars. 5 is with both. And what's the opposite of 5? Look at that, 2, Venus. But in this game that I've created, that's already been created, if I'm hashing it out again, is that what 1 goes between 2 and then we begin. So if I'm counting with 2 or 1, that's not the beginning, that's before. That is what is needed to associate, to create. 1 between 2 equals to 3. And just with that said, I'm going to go ahead and, hold on, I just want to make sure I got, okay, just 1 second. Okay, 1B2, okay, I'm going to have to show you that picture. Hello, Sir Garrett, hi. So here it is. What it is like this. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to draw. So it's like this. Here's the circle, right? And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this one with this one with this one with this one. 1, skip 2, 1, skip 2, 1, skip 2. 1, skip 2, 6, 6 and 1, 7. 1, skip 2, 9, 9 and 2, 11. Area 3, skip 2 and 1, 11. Area 6, skip 1 and 7, 13. 9, skip 2, 1, 13. 8, skip 1, down 2, 9. 7, down 2 over 1, 9. 7, 9, 13, 11. All around and never touching the power station of 5. 3, 6, 9, never entering into the movement of 1, 2, 1, 2. It was realigned somehow, the structure. What was a half-mile track might have turned into a 5/8 or a 7/16. I don't know, but guess what? We're not running one circle. It's almost like we have a strap between the 2 army tank wheels running the 2. So that is my first one. Then what you do next, okay, is you connect. See, this was 1. Hold on a second. This was 1. How come it's not marking? This is 1, right? This is 4. This is 7. Well, lo and behold, this is 1. This is 4. This is 7. It is connected. It's 3 cardinal signs. Because if I did this before, right? If I did this before, okay, all the beans would just like pop out. Hello, what's going on? I can hear the cat in my head, churning the butter, churning the butter. I was thinking, I ate a vegetable yesterday. I think it was a celery. There was a lot of water in it. I wonder if anybody lied to it and told it something. You think it'll tell me something once I eat the celery? Because if water is memory and it came out of the ground, you think it was filtered? What do you think it's telling me today? Because I can hear my celery talking. What'd you say? Pick up the phone. I don't hear no phone. Oh my God. Hello. Yeah, I can't find my knife. You know, the one to chop the beans. Is Aunt May at home? She went out. Oh yeah, okay. She's still driving that horse? I heard hay was a big price this year. Hey you. Yeah, talking to the lamb. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm doing the coffee again like every single day. That's why I got those big forearms. Oh, yeah. Make those jokes. I ain't got my big forearms from that, Miss Lucy. You know what I'm saying? Lucy in the sky playing with all the diamonds. You leave that king of hearts alone. Okay? You know what happened? Lucy said that they took the heart and they cut off all the bottoms of the heart and they left that with that little diamond part and they put two of them together to connect that diamond in the sky. I don't believe what you're saying. I think you're talking about the tetrahedron. Are you talking about Grandpa Abraham hanging out with Moses? You know what they say about Moses is this, right? Here in Canada, right, we have the moose, or we have many moose, right? And they don't say mooses, obviously, because if we wiped out one of these O's, we'd have Moses. So Moses must be 1/4 of something. 25 years to life of Moses walking the 40. Why was Moses walking the 40? Or was Moses, oh, sorry. Yeah, give me a minute. So did Moses walk to the 40-yard line? And then somebody from the other team mirrored him and walked to their 40-yard line, and they were both 10-10 away from center field. But the clock can't be 10-10 away, because every time I look at a clock, if it's 10 minutes after this hour, the other side has already moved. Yeah, if you move 10 minutes, okay, and every minute, you move 10 minutes. So give me a second to think. 6 by 10 minutes. So 1/6 had to be removed from the 10 that was at the 10 angle. And when you put something at the 10 angle on the clock, where's the clock? When you put something at the 10 angle on the clock, you have put it into what is the second part of the 5-minute position. What angle is that? 5, there's divided by 12. So you have to divide this by 12. That's 60 degrees. So what happened is you marked up 60 degrees on this side and you match 300 on the other side. If you go bowling, you get that 300. If you remove all the vowels in the alphabet, you get 300. If you take off the X, the YZ, Y25, Z, 2651, you get 300. What is 300? I have to look a little bit deeper. I know that 3 times XX, but I don't want to use 3. That's not good. Wow, that would be crazy. A Roman numeral, you know, no, that's not good. I want to see what that is. Why 300? Why 300? Well, actually, 300 is actually just 3, but it's 100%, 100%, and 100% of the entity that is. Right? You have to bring the spirit, the soul into the structure, the ark, right? I'm the ark. Have I ever landed? You know, down here in my basin and all the way up. Oh, you know what happened yesterday? The craziest thing. Oh my God. Or was it the day before? Sometimes you feel like you're drowning, but yesterday it was like alcohol. I felt this thing going up my back and through my nose into my mouth. It was like tasting like a fine wine. I don't know what I was thinking of at the time or what was happening. I know my back was hurting, but just give me a second. I got to go check it. I got to go do this. Just give me a... Hello, Harriet? Hurry up. Yes, Hoover Dam. Yes. Get your rowboat out. I'm not sure how much more time, but don't worry. The tabulation and the tribulation, everybody's counting. All the whales are coming to town. They say there's going to be a lot of water going to be flowing one day since the liquidity is running out. Right. The power lines. I don't know. Oh, you mean these power lines? Because communication is all the power, right? Okay, didn't take much, eh? Didn't take much. All we need is a little communication. We got all the power. Okay. I'm hanging up on you. So is this Jack the plug? Because I put Jack in. This is the way I plug Jack in, but apparently Jack is frozen. He's frozen in the brine and the salts and the shrimp. Why is Jack frozen in the shrimp? So some of the stuff that I mentioned, I'm searching myself, right? Maybe somebody has a comment. Sometimes I fool around with things. Sometimes I play direct with numbers. Let me finish off with this. So here is number 2 over here. Hold on a second. Let me do this and this and then what we do is here's 5 and here's 8, right? And then if you look, 2, 5, and 8 in the center. Those are the fixed signs. So we have the cardinal and the fixed, C and F, not Celsius and Fahrenheit, but we can use it all the same. So we'll connect 2 over to 5, 5 over to 8, 8 over to 2. That's terrible. Hold on. Okay. Eight, 9. So here's 1. So now I'm going to connect 2 over to 5 over to 8 over to 2. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make another one over here. Oh, that's a terrible one. Wow, you're just a terrible designer. Go away. Okay, so now I'm just going to do one over here, right? I'm going to do one here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect, okay? This area is 2, right? This is 5. And this one over here is 6, 7. This is 8. So I'm going to go 2, 5, 8, okay? Now, instead of connecting, okay, to 1, 4, 7, I'm going to connect the 3, 6, and 9. So this one's the 6 over here, right? Let's put a little bit of green into this. So we're going to go from, here's the 3. So we're going to go from 3 to 6, over to 9, back to 3. So you can see, okay, that between 6 and 8 that was connected, there's 1 area space skip. And then there's 2 area spaces, and then there's no area spaces, and then there's 2. So you can see how this is working. And this is how your 3, 6, and 9 seems to work, right? So here is what you have in the background, which is a little bit easier to see right behind me. And each design is a little bit different, right? In this one over here, if I believe correct, I drew what is the opposite of 2, okay, over towards what is 8. And then I drew the opposite of what was, I think, sorry, that was 7. I think, let me see what it is. I can't see in the background. I'm going to have to look for this. Hold on a second. Yes, so okay, so now you can see it's something that might be a little bit clearer. Hold on, let me get that. Let me change this picture, okay? Oh no, that's a little too big. So you can see the 147 is free, while the 369, 528, 69 is in a lock, right? So now what you have, or what you can do is now you can do the math, right? Now it says 2, 8, and 5, but each one will take its own zone. See the 432 vibration within? All right, and then here's the next one, all right? In this one, you have the 417 coming together with the 639. Oh, I think I did them. Oh, so I didn't connect it. I did the 2, 5, and 8 loose there. The 3, 6. Okay. Okay. There is a slight error somewhere, I think. Let me see. 147, 369, 147. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I got them all. Okay. So in here, okay, this is going to be what is 18 and 1230. 1.5 the difference. Then in here, Let's see if we can get it closer. Okay, 147 is going to equal to 12. 369 is 18. That's 30. And then in the last one, right, it's 147 with 258. That's 27. That's the house. 7 divided by any number divided by 7 will equal to what you see in front of you. This is your trinity in this. This is your 2/3 and your 1/3 in each one of them. They're different ways of association. Card, you know, it's funny that you're saying that, Gareth. I don't know if I said this to you. Wow. But I've been thinking of all the words we have to do with Jack. And even Cynthia's like always jumping on that too, right? We all have to, it's all basically the same thing where we all know something like what goes with the story. The thing is, got to put the story together. Somebody, I mean, myself, I could, right? I can probably get some backing, right, to get this done. Whoop, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I can probably get some backing to get this done. But without anybody watching my channel, I won't get any backing from anybody. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I barely have enough to buy any of the books. But the most important thing is to share, get it out there. We got to get this into a game. Alphabet science, geometric shapes, numbers. What are all the numbers? I'm going to get into more numbers as soon as I get my frustration out with this coffee here, which is, guess what? It's all over the place. And if you spill a little water on the floor with coffee, you know what you get, right? With my experience, stickiness. And I don't want it. So why are you doing it here? I'm sorry? Do you clean this house? Oh, but I live in it. You're right. I do live in it and I should respect myself, right? I don't need the extra work. But at least it'll get me into the corners. No, I still don't need the headache. I should be careful. Okay, yeah, sorry for snapping. I'm like a turtle, you know, sometimes. Yes, I interfere. I talk out of turn. I know that was yesterday. Oh, you're just reminding me because nobody ever comes up to speak? All right. And nobody ever has the right because I know you better. All right, all right, all right. All right, oh my God. Ghosts in the closet, never to forget, right? That yesterday happened. And you're living today, a part of today, because of yesterday. And if I didn't bring yesterday to today, I couldn't be smashing these coffee beans right now. Okay, so this is what it is. Here's the Monopoly game. It's funny that in French, when you say go in French, it's départ. And I didn't say to Bonaparte, right? Go to your apartment, right? Bonaparte, nice apartment. Or bon, which is the gas or the air to go. I never did finish with the oxygen, did I, before I jump onto here? Yes, I was talking about 13.5, 1.35. Well, the heart of the alphabet is 13.5, right? 3 and 4, okay, are the separations, where 4 is the separation to the other side. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 6. Once you use the next number, you get D. It becomes 10. There are 4 combinations, okay, of 3 in 4 area spaces or 4 numbers, plus the major number itself. 4 and 1 equals to 5. Everything comes from this reality. And if you kept everything to the 1, 2, 3, 4 basic, it would be 5, 1, 5, 1. Here would be 3, 5, 3. So you would go air in Gemini, 33 with 5, 16. And you would go fire and fire, 1 and 1, and 5, 7. So 3 and 3 and 5, 11. 1 and 1, 2 and 5, 7. 7 come 11. That's the basic low. When you pick up a cube, as so, the center is here. The 3 dots are here. The 3 dots are here. If you want to see another place we can do it, it's over here. It's a little bit cleaner. A place that doesn't show the numbers, over here. Same thing. Or what we can do is we can dance if we want to, or we can do this over here. This is the Monopoly board. If you look, the Monopoly board has square corners. Here we have square corners. If you see there are 4 trains, use the purple rectangles as the 4 trains. If you count in between the trains and the corners, you will see there are 4 rectangles. 4 rectangles either in purple or orange, whichever way you can see it. Let's choose the one up here. When you count the 4 corners, and each corner is a 2x2 area space, equals to 16. There are 16 divisions of the 12 zodiac signs equally. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6 all fit into 12. 8 is 1.5 times the difference, which is easily calculable at 6. There is no more than 6, according to this over here. The 7 is the association of coming from one side to the other. Or am I counting all of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? Then there are only 6. And if I plug it in, now there are only 5. 4 around, 1 on top, and 1 is the plug-in. And we spin the ring around as we receive. And when it's like this, I rather put it like this. Right? That's the way I like to see it. Actually, now that it's here, I see it like that, right? But what if it was this way? We have to put it on a flat surface. I'm almost there for the coffee. Yes, Jack is the valet, so inside, right? Inside that E in valet, right? Inside that E, the L letter, okay, is a C, which says ace. So therefore it's split. But because it's the L, it's now split into soul instead of split within creation of the sun. The L is what is the second level of C. L is 1 and 2, right? The 12th letter. Or how about 9 and 3? Birth and creation. 8 and 4 divided under Trinity under Abraham in the house. Or how about 7 and 5 through the energy of the divided house? I come here and support the zodiac. I'm the 13th. I'm the orphan born into the house. So are you. And you and you and you. And many others. Mostly not everyone, but most of us. But still born into the house, all of us. Or most of us. Or by the house, created by the house. We don't know what the house created. We don't know how advanced the house is. But no one goes forward without you and me. You can't go forward without you and me. There's a schedule on everything. Everybody's getting taught something, right? If we stop, everything stops. And it stops for us too. So you'd be living in a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying? The thing is, I believe right now at this time, is to go back to this. So over here is the letter A, or I wrote, yes, the split moon, well, the moon that splits the sky amongst the other moons, right? Powered up, powering the ocean, or powered up by the ocean like a shower head. They look pretty evil, like Pac-Mans, don't they? That's what AI did. I told them just keep the picture the same and just set me up this association. So there was a word yesterday I really liked. The word was wow, air. Um, yes, yes. In the word Sagittarius in French, it says the gestion, right, of what is air and earth. San e terre. Terre is earth, air is the air. So it's communication right away. I mean, we can bring this all back. The thing is to learn, I believe we have to learn this reality. Mars and Earth, the third and the fourth planet. One between two equals to three. 3 and 6 go together. How so? 3, 6, 9. 3 times 6, 18, 180 degrees across. Call it the bar, maybe the bar mitzvah. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 and 18. Call it a T-section. Equals to 27. 3 by 9, 27. Is it an 8 and 1, 9, a 7 and 2, 9, a 5 and 4, 9, 27, or an 8 and 3, 11, a 9 and 2, 11, 5 and 6, 11, 33? Crisscrossing over all these signs, if you remove this, it becomes what is 12, what is 18, 1.5 times the difference until you add this in, and then it's a little bit more difficult to calculate. Now, if we want to go see what the binary is, you're going to have to give me a minute. How you doing, Frank, that tank? Double up on the T. Why read it exactly the way it is, as it is exactly how I read it? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't go to Reddit. Oh, these are looking good. Wow, I did it all myself with love, and I breathed on it at the same time. And in your breath, right, all those waters, just like the celery. Anybody have any vegetables this weekend? You know where your vegetables came from? What waters were in those vegetables? Right? Was it filtrated through the ground? Should we be eating things that come out of the ground, or like you think those ants are jumping into your potato and saying, put this word in the potato? Do you know that if you put garlic next to the letter J, you know what happens? It becomes, yeah, garlic in French is spelled A-I-L. So if you put the J in front of it, it becomes jail. But if you take away the J and put the end, it might be the nail. Why do you think they used the A-I-L in order to tell those stories with those letters? So this is what I do, and I'm not fast enough, right? I need this in a computer. I needed to shoot out some combinations and equations so I can take a look into the depth of all the letters. N is the 14th letter. 1 and 4, or 41 is home, right? 41 is king. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5. So what is 6 and 5? Well, it's part of communication. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 6 and 5. Is there any other way to create it? Yes, through vibration. How so? Well, 5 and 1 are 2 fire signs, and in between is 4, 3, 2. So tell me more. Well, between the 5 and 1, and now I forget where I was. But that's A and E. I just have to remember where I was. Leo and Aries. Too bad I lost myself over explanation. Let me see where I am. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How many shares do we have? Let me see. Did I share it myself? Wow, I didn't even share this myself. We have no shares. That's why sometimes I don't get on my own channel, because I'm the only one running the show. Oh, you mean all your life you wanted to run the show? Now you're running the show, you're telling... 7 times 7 times 7 equals 343. This and this are the same. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. The thing is here, 2 are horizontal and 2 are vertical. Capricorn stone. Capricorn stone. Capricorn stone. So the S and T is for first, right? And it's the first one. So is it split amongst the house? Remember, there's 2 sides. It doesn't mean that, right? This side and that side. Is it the same book? Are there two books? Does the park bench itself join the two? If I put a park bench out here, that moon would become you. Just put a bar right across. You are sitting on that moon. You're the man in the moon. And through the basins to the skull, through the 17th key of your jack hookup, right down through your nose, controlling the oceans within. How so does it work? I'm not too sure. But it's in the waters that beckons the call. I know not nothing. Yes, yes, call, yes, 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 Amenti. Been well. Been well. Not 1,440 minutes of wellness. By the day, in all sincerity, it's well. What does it mean to go through hell? What does it mean to be well? What does it mean to go down deep into the well and just to be? How everybody perceives the moment, how others perceive you. How is my wellness? What does it mean to be mentally ill? Am I allowed to even say that word? The men's tail, the men's tail, the men tail. Not the menstrual, but the men's tail, the men's tail. Mentally, tally up, tally ho, mentally. Oh, matter and energy passing through the heart, burning with a desire. So here's what it is. The M letter, okay, is where you go from here on this side down. You go up, you come down through the rivers, back up, and you bring love between both sides. In French, the letter sound, the sounding of M equals to what is love or to like. It is what is 151. It's a twin vibration. Why so? Where you see number 7 is 567, 567 on both sides. 567 reverse. 345, par 3, par 4, par 5. 567.0, the year 2000. 6 areas, 1 area, and 6 for the 12 zodiac signs connected by 1, the one born on the cross or the double cross. Here's the cross, here is to the right, here is to the left, house 1, house 2, put my cap on. This is the top of the hexagon. It'll drop down and create a cube here and a cube here. Singularity, here is where there is a window. This will be a 2 by 2 by 2 area space. Call this Mars. I like to say this is the moon. This is at the edges. Of this. This design here is a 13 by 13 area space, occupied or unoccupied with these squares. There are 4 by 4 corners for 16. There are going to be 9 areas by 2, a 1 by 2 area space, ABBA, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 18, 18, 18, 18, 72, and 16, possibly for what is total to be the 88 keys on the piano constellation. In the word purple, mixing red and blue, hot and cold. Since it's a 13 by 13, you have 6 from the corner to the red. Then you have 6 from the corner to the red, equaling to 1 in the center, equaling or sounding like 6, 1, 6, 13. Or what is 6 and 1? 7 for the 7 days and the 13 moons. There are 168 areas surrounding 1, possibly for the 6 times 28, 168, or 7 by 24, 168 hours in a week. 168, 168, 336. 336 is what is 12 by 28, equivalent to 12 moons. What is 336 in time equals to what is 6 by 6 by 6, or 216 minutes in rotation. Not by me. That's the game. Taking 2 minutes if anybody has any questions. Games, the alphabet, hoping things that cannot be changed, that fall into the reality of algorithms. I'm not looking for the entire truth. I'm looking at the word, I'm looking at the letter, I'm looking at the numbers, what the number means. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. I look at the donut, I look at the hockey puck, I look at Rubik's Cube, I look at circles and squares. I look at 1/8, the periodic table. Weights and measures. Celsius. At 95 Fahrenheit, it's 35 Celsius. At 86 Fahrenheit, it's 30 Celsius. At 77, it's 25, 25 for Earth, 77 for the power of Christ. What it is if you take a look, everything keeps dropping by 9. And it starts at 9 and 5, 14, 1 and 4, 7, 8 and 6, 14, 9 and 5, 14, 1 and 4, 5, 8 and 6, 14, 1 and 4, 5, 7 and 7, 14, 1 and 4, 5. And then on this side, it goes from 35 to 30. So it goes 5 and 9, and that's the feminine and the masculine working together in communication. Right out of this cube, the story comes. How are you, Kit Kat? Is that good day to me, but good day to all of us? For all those who want to know what the game says. On this channel, it's about the game. It's not about what's happening really in the world, but we need some of that to see the algorithm going on, right? What I see right now is I see a lot of strings being pulled very, very quickly, up, down, and everybody keeps seeing the upside is higher. Yes, the upside is still higher. The game is still going. There's only going to be one slash downside, and it ain't ever coming back again. Not with the visions that we have today. For those who can see, those who know, know. Those who don't, don't. Those who don't understand, just don't. Those who want to learn to see the difference, you're very much welcome. Those who don't, don't. It is what it is. That's it. That's all, folks. You know, watch your cartoons. You can see what's going on. Okay, so now I need some judgment. I want to know if you think I got any on me. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to stand up. Oh my God, I think I crushed something. What's doing in there? Let me see. We're doing not so bad. Yeah, just give me a minute. I got to pick up this. Okay, I got to have a plan. What if I hold my own knees and roll to the bathroom? Okay, I got a plan. I know what it is. Get it in this book. Oh, what am I doing? There's holes at the end of the book. Where's my garbage can that's usually under me? Okay, I'm going to go there somehow. Okay. Oh, I can wheel myself there. Oh, my God. Okay, then I'm going to stand up and just, okay. Okay. Give me a minute. Okay, where's the broom? Hey, Grandpa, are you okay? Oh my God. Oh my God, where did this come from? Yes, so listen. Okay, I'm just making my coffee now. But when I call out on Grandpa, it's it's not a person. It's a big step. I'm French, so un grand pas means a big step. So I'm like looking for him to make that big next jump or leap. You think they're gonna believe that? Okay, give me a minute. Oh God. Oh, you mean it's me? All right, here I go. Do that quick. Do that quick. Do that quick. Do that quick. Okay. Oh my. Wow. Coming back. Give me a minute. Wow. I got lucky. I got lucky. I took my time. The coffee's good. Wow. That is not often. That is not often. Well, in my life, right, I'm just changing the subject just for something offline, is that something changed in my life, and it told me that Stanley Tools, right, even this is not real what I'm saying. This is just something, just a thought because of a passing of a person named Stanley, and I'm thinking Stanley Tools. What happened in Stanley Tools, you know? Anyways, another thing that I've never really worked on is the understanding of this setup here. I don't know if I'm allowed to go there. Hold on a second here. Of this. This is a 4x4 area space. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16. I'll look at the numbers, but the real area space is here. So that's Abraham. So this moves inside of this. So what is 260 is 270, like what is 26 is 27. 1 through 26 reverse equals to what is 27, 27. What is 1 through 360, or the packages of 10 through 360 is 370. In the Tzolk'in calendar, what is 260 is 270. When you look at these numbers, when you add up all these numbers, it equals to 45. If you take these numbers and set it up and replace it with this, or just look at this, 45. 45 on this side, 45 on this side, 90. 90, 90, 90 on 3 poles, 270. 3/4 of 360, or the exact size of the Tzolk'in calendar. Thank you for the beautiful art, Kate. Up in the sky. Isn't that? I mean, I had no idea, but right away when I began the project, I just felt like very connected to the Aztecs, right? See the way I get that little man, the eye, right? And it comes down his mouth over here, squeezed in between the dog inside the dog's mouth. I like to call them dog birds, right? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, that's above my head. That's above my head. Right, it's gone. So there's inside the designs themselves are designs. Give me 1 minute. Earlier on, I was going to talk about this, and I started to turn the page. But it's easier to keep rewriting. Each one of these lines will total 222. There are 4 lines. It equals to 888. We have been duplicating over the 74, which equals to what is 222 is equivalent to 74 and 74 and 74. 11 and 11 and 11. And the heart of numbers is what is 5 and 14 and 23 and 32 equals to what is 37, and 37 equals to 74. Oh, in a couple of days, your art. Do you answer later? Oh, can I tell you something? I'm not sure. Sometimes I miss stuff, right? You got to catch my eye. I'm very sorry. Hold on. I'm not sure who said what here. Hold on. Maybe it's not my conversation. Let me go back. Whoa, I missed a lot of stuff here. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to look at these comments for a second. I'm not sure if you want to look up or down. Yes, Jenna's sister rat. I'd have to look back at the songs. See if I had that game and put my algorithm in it. The algorithms of the planet. I'm quite sure once we all look at it, we can see that every single song is going to, obviously, every single song does tell a story, right? So I'm just looking at the comments. Teach, yes. Yes, teach. I'm not sure where you're going with that. I have to look at it. Two minds, two rules, Jack. Jack up the car. You should only use one jack, but it took Jack to jack up the car using the jack. And then Jack took off the tire. Did Jack take off all his attire? Herbert Hoover Dam, their 3-point play coming here on day 6. They kicked the extra point after the touchdown. Pat, point after the touchdown. Pat your cat, slap your butt. I'm just still looking through the comments. This is all an this is an, like, we all have to be time horse, right? Is we choose how we're going to spend our time. I don't know about you, but I choose how I spend my time. But it's not that I choose everything. I mean, I don't go everywhere I want to go. One of the things is I do what I do within my means. And like if somebody calls me and I'll say, I wanted to stay home all day, but somebody called me, I go, well, I can be home tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But when you got work to do, you got work to do. You know, no matter what you do, you got to take that time and do the work. Man, you know, when I read stuff, I totally. Yeah, that's another thing. Understand, understatement, the UN. What is the UN? Well, the U is the 21st letter, the N is the 14th. The pole is included with the ring in the U. The U is the 21st letter, the 6-letter reverse, or how about like this? Hold on, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. How about this? F6 U21 reverse alphabet. What is the trinity of F6? C3 and X24. What is 7 times 3 and 8 times 3? This is where the power source comes in, right here. We split the power source right here. Right over here is the power source, or maybe we'll just quit this. And we'll go ahead and we'll jump into the power source. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equaling to the 2 doors of 88. That when you make your first connection, you will connect 6 of 8. You will connect The first one you connect, is this line up here above me, and it's a 9 area connecting 6 of 8 on one side and then 6 of 8 on the other side. You bring them together, the 18, but all you connected from the 18 was 7 and 7 is 14. You connected 14 of 16, leaving 1 over of 8 and 1 over of 8, covering 1 and 7 here and 7 and 1 here, 1771. Connect the power source. Leave me a blank area for the SIM card alignment. Yeah, so 3 and 7 is the air sign, the air wave. The Hebrews use the gimel in the third position. They don't use the C letter the way this alphabet uses it. The 3-7 is your Aquarius Aries combination, but Aquarius being on top of Aries as 13. It's almost like saying MK. It's the air sign, the air wave, whatever it is to do with air, and the air has to do with number 28. 28 run with the cycle of the moon. The moon. I'm just flicking through all my stuff. I'm sort of like I have a bunch of things to do today and I won't be here all day. So I'm going to have to catch up later. If there's a bunch of questions, obviously I can explain every single one of them. Like this one here is Fibonacci. 1 and 1 is 2. And 1 is 3 odd. And 3 and 2 is 5 odd. And 5 and 3 is 8 even. And 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4 even. And then so on. So it just becomes even and odd, and it creates like these little martini glasses. And if you notice, here and here it repeats itself. This part over here, I didn't have to draw this, right? I'm not sure if I should have. I'd have to see. Let me see this. That's the 18th area. 1 and 8 is 9. But the background of this, irrelevant to the number I come up with and put in these boxes still remain the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But they only remain the same towards me and you. Because based on Saturn square and our vibration, box number 1 is 4. Box number 4 is 3. Box number 7 is 8. Becomes 4, 3, 8. Here it becomes 9, 5, 1. The 3 fire signs. Over here, it becomes 2. And then over here it's 7. Then over here it's 6. 2, 7, 6 over here. This week I bumped into 2 elements of the Schumann resonance, which is 1.67. Which means 80, is it 87? Or 167 divided by 2 is 83.5. That's apparently the Schumann resonance. I found this on a 50 milliliter bottle. Then I found another bottle that was 30 milliliters, and it explained to me something else. I can't bring them together right now because I don't remember all the complete numbers, but they were bringing together time is where the 50 came in, and the 30 is the creation. And I forget how many milliliters that was. One was, it was one. Okay, one was 167 on 50. The other was 100 on 30. Okay, that is your 100 on 30 creation, your 131313. The thing with Einstein that I mentioned before. Oh yeah, this is, before we were counting always by 3. Well, if we count by 4, it goes to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 backwards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then 9 is over here. Now, if I was only counting to 7s, okay, I would stop 7 here and I'd start 1 over here, right? There's a lot of different ways to run numbers. This one is running by the movement of the elements by 4s. over here. So let me get out of this one. All right. You want to see the 167? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, the 167 is the yellow, joining the two double nickel, the dimension between the house, this side and this side. The dimension is 10, running double nickel. Ishmael, water, and soul are all numbers 67. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. Well, I saw somebody wanted to come up. I saw Mark, and then Mark disappeared. Okay. Zach, inbox me if you want part of the project. Want to get involved? You want to share it? You want to put it out there? You want to learn more so you can share it? Okay, this is the last piece I'm going to be doing. This is where your 7 comes in, right over here. It becomes 1, 3, 5, 7. Counting by 1, 2, 3, 4 is counting half area spaces. If you see there's an overlap, the in between what is 2, 4, 6, 8 is a half area space. When you count 1, 2, 3, if I go from 1 to 2 and 3 to 2, what space does 2 have? So you count 1 to 3 and 3 to 5 and 5 to 7. 1 to 3 and 5. When you get to 7, it's the fourth one. Everything flips on 7. Even the deck of cards shows you. Here's your 1 and here's your 9. They both have the ace position. Yeah, 3 and 7. So 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, and 1 equals to 3. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, okay, is going to be 3 and 4 equals to 7. So if you're having that, you also have what is 11, 13, 24 dividing the gates through MK. Okay, so that's the 3 houses. First house, second house, third house. M valued at 1,000, Roman numeral, XXX. We have to use the tools that are given to us. If it's Roman numerals, multiply XXX. If you're sitting at a poker house, I think there's $25 chips. I think there's $1 chips and $5 chips. I think that's it. Then to change in your pocket, 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cents is a torch. 10 cents is a sailboat. That's it. I work with what's on the planet. North America. Horsepower. Could have been a V6, might have been a V8. What's the difference between 6 and 8? 3 and 4. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 4, 8. Multidimensional. Horsepower. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that, like this. The 3, it's got an ace part. The ace has the ace part, the ace of spades. And pelle, a shovel, to bring you 6 feet down for Capricorn stone. The 7 card does not have that, showing me a moon position, and the 8 showing me another moon position. When I showed you those Vatican doors, there were 88. We used 77, which was 1 left over. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 plus 8 is 15, and 56 is 71. Every 71 minutes is 1 hour and 11 minutes. And when you have 111 minutes, it equals to 151. If you have 222 minutes, okay, you will have X42, X33. All the numbers that go with 111, when you count them only in numbers to minutes, it is what is 06, which would be 1106, which would be 666. Then it would be 51 and 15, 42 and 24 and 33. That would go along that lines. And it follows the cubic reality. 6 times 2, 6 plus 2, 12 and 8, 20, 2 plus 0, 2. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 5. What is, okay, equals to 6, equals to 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 4 by 4, 16. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 and 16, 24. 2 and 4 is 6. 3 by 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. Call that the oxen. Abraham's house with Isaac, Jacob, and Ishmael. Why? Because they have all the same names. Wow, I just did something. I don't know what just happened here. Just give me a second. I'm trying to catch up with myself. Oh my God. I don't know what just happened here. Hold on. All the comments just disappeared. Oh yeah, okay, okay. I don't know if it was them. Might have been me. Okay. Yes, so this is going to be the end of this for now. I got a few things to do, errands to run. I got to, wasn't something I wanted to do, but I have no choice. I do have a choice, but I have no choice. Dignity of one. Support. Yes, so this is what it is. The Tzolk'in calendar is 26. Our alphabet is 26. It's 2 13s. It runs by 7s, and then it runs by 13. The 7th one is going to connect. The last piece I'm going to put up here, I think, is going to be here. This is the 20 round of the Sanskrit of the Mayan. I have to study how it works. It seems like we run a loop on the 13th day because of our birth. It loops through us on that day, giving us that extra day. I don't know why. I don't know if it's time lost through our birth, but I'm assuming through 20 years of my work, it says that we become what is the 7th, we become what is the 13th, and that everything passes through us, right through our breath. I want to thank everybody for being here. If you have any questions, right, now or later, I'm going to be sitting here for another 5 minutes. So go ahead. Hello, MX. How you doing? So you know what I want to do? Right now I'm trying to do it online. Not very easy by either I'm not Swift or not. I want to be able to find an app where I can put circles on and say, okay, I want 10 divisions or 12 divisions in the circle or 15 divisions. I want it to be so thick. And what I like to do is, I'm not sure if you ever saw this design. It goes around in a circle and then it makes a line, and it goes around in a circle and then it makes a line. This cube only counts to 6. After, you have to move it. When you get to what is 64 cubit, you're done. You've completed everything. You've come back to the beginning. Right? Now, I'm not sure if you come back completely to the beginning. Should you come to 64 or should you end at 63? The other one that we can run, I'm trying to remember of what is 63, which would be, hold on, 7 over to 14 over to 28 over to 56. No. 3 over to 6 over to 12 over to 24. No. I'm trying to remember. See, 63 doesn't work. 63 would have to be 126, which would have to be 256, which would have to be 512. And that's where these come in. 3 of these come in, and that's what it does. And it connects to the moon, 126. So 126, 6 by 6 by 6, 216. 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. What is 2/3 and 1/3? Why? 6 is 1/3 of 18, and 18 is 1/2 of 36, which is half the day, 720 minutes. This is where all these connections come in. There's just so many connections you can't deny. And 512 is actually 51 for Mars, 52 for Earth. It says yo, and we are the students of the mind. So that's going to be it for now. I'm going to be back later for those who'd like to help and support the channel. That'd be fantastic. I have a link in my inbox, or is it in my inbox or in the where all those videos are? Anyways, cheers for now. Most importantly,